Hello.
I hate to do that. I'll just wait till I'll go before them first.
Hey, Aisha.
They got me on.
You're mad at me again? No. One down. You're mad again. I'm in the nut ward because of the Saints losing. Open up and say ah. You buy? Why? What happened, Aisha? What happened, Aisha? I've been on here a couple times today, and I wonder where you went. What happened, anyway?
I'm glad I'm dead. Things happen for a reason.
And we're supposed to eat. We're supposed to go somewhere and eat together for third of the month. No, there was something I had going on the third. I don't know what it is. Well, I'm going to go back and talk about Kodak Black. Well, let me just say this. You know, I think they're wrong. They trying when they bust in his house and over the guns. You know how I feel about rappers and people having guns. You know, they have it to protect themselves. You know what I'm saying? You know how I feel about that. If I had the money, I'd go with you. I wish I had the money. I'm trying, you know, I said, I guess got my job back, but I've not stopped. What time, what part of, when next month you going? Man, I'd love to go to Miami. I sure would. I don't know if I have the money yet, you know what I'm saying? I gotta pay a couple credit card bills I'm late on.
Damn, I know.
You know, because I hadn't worked, and I'm supposed to be working again. I won't get paid till like a week after the first. Basically, the next week. The week after the first of the month, the second week's when I'll get paid. No, that's if they start me this week. I need to work a few days at Labor Ready. February 8th, okay.
That's not allowed.
You know what, I could probably work a little more hours since I ain't worked hardly this month. I need to go to Labor Ready, just so I have money for the rest of this month. How you guys getting down there? How you guys getting down to Miami? You going to Miami? Is that where you're going? I'm back down here again.
They know where I come from. I'm a hero place alone there. I still would chip out in 2009. It's all self-will.
We're getting on here talking about Kodak, you know. I don't know if they're saying what they did, or they just hating the damn law. One thing I'm kind of, it's like they just need to legalize that damn weed. You know what I'm saying? Less problems, less complications. Child neglect charge, though, I kind of have to wonder about. I don't think what's child neglect? They ain't put they ain't have any proof. They ain't even talk about the child neglect charge. So, I don't think he did it. I don't know what they're talking about. Let's have our hair say about Kodak, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, well, yeah.
I don't know, but I seen his picture, and he looked pretty bad, so. I don't really like to see anybody locked up, but, I say he's had a lengthy history, he's young. Another thing, too, he's like only 20 years old, so I'm not saying it's okay for him to get in trouble, but just people when they're young like that, 20 years old, they're going to make mistakes. I made mistakes when I was young. We was dumb and we're young. When we're young, we're dumb. Right?
That's what they do.
They
help you out. They help me out.
This is disappointment though, because
I wasn't able to do it.
Turk was supposed to be doing that. They were supposed to do that remix, and
That's it.
But they're pissing me off on Instagram though.
That's it.
Just people come on there and comment about what I say. They act like they deserve it. They don't understand nothing about police brutality and all that shit. It's like, you know what I said to myself? I said, what's a bunch of Trump supporters coming on Turk's post on Instagram for and getting on my case? 'Cause that's what it is. They're all standing up for Trump. I got on there and said, well, you know what? I just thought about how my comment was about, how things been fucked up since Trump been in there and how things have just gotten worse. You know what I'm saying? Only for people to get on there and stand up for Trump. Say it's not Trump's fault. I'm not saying it's Trump's fault that he got in trouble, but I'm just saying the police is really on his butt because ever since Trump being there, the police are tripping. They think they can do what they want. They out here killing innocent people. They're killing animals. They kill your pets. They kill your dog. One cop killed a deer because it was standing in his way. The deer was standing in the way of the car, so he shot the deer. Really wrong. That deer could have gone away from him. All he had to do was back up. He didn't have to run over that. He didn't have to shoot that deer. You know what I'm saying? These police are out here, and I know it was bad when Obama was in there because, what they were trying to do. They was doing that because they was a black president. They didn't want him in there, so, it was bad when Obama was in there. The police was still bad. All because they was trying to basically get rid. They wanted to try basically what they was doing. Like I said, I want to make sure Obama wasn't going to get in, so I guess they wanted to get rid of people voting for him and shit. They want to get rid of people voting for him and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Thinking a Republican's going to get in there. They cheat. Police will cheat. And now we got Trump in there, things just gotten worse, so, the people out here doing what they should, stuff they're supposed to do. Y'all don't need to be doing it right now. That's it. I'm telling you, it's just, Trump's just, they just about to, these police out here are just crooks. Look at That's the way I feel about Kodak getting arrested, I want to free Kodak, I don't think keeping him in prison don't do any good, I know he has a lengthy history for I mean, he's had a rough life, it sounds like, you know. Kodak's have a rough life, but this rap game's just, giving him a chance to get away from that, you know. This rap game's doing something for him. And he's got talent. Like I said, he looked pretty bad. He did look pretty bad in the photo, mugshot photo. He looked really bad. But
you ain't got no bond. No bond means
right now there's a guy that's in here. Oh, you know, house about hitting the rest of the everything. In here, then there. It would be included in. I'll talk about it. Yeah, I'm just hungry. I ordered a whole bunch of food here. I could eat Taco Bell every day, I guess. Not every day, but I could eat a lot. You know what? There was one time when I was at Moorhead, they had restaurants, right there on the campus. They had Burger King, they had Chick-fil-A, they had Taco Bell. Shoot, I remember when I was eating we were eating Taco Bell about every day, right? Burger King every day, Chick-fil-A every day. Oh yeah, I remember that. I don't think they have all that now. I don't think they still have the same old restaurants up there like that on campus, but then again, they, some of these colleges and places like that, I don't know if the colleges or anybody, but I know the hospitals are. I mean, hospitals actually don't want no kind of fast food places around. They don't even want them not just on the property, but anywhere around, They just want healthy food restaurants around there. You see, yeah, I try to remember though. When we was at Moorhead, I guess eating a lot of that fast food wasn't really healthy. Shoot, I've seen people, not to say it, but even I was one of them. But you know what? I remember me and probably other people. Shoot, when we first started going to Moorhead, we were so small. I mean, shoot, I seen people like me, same size as me. We were both little. I mean, we were both really skinny. We were really skinny, but say after about after a year and a half or so, 2 years, boy, you won't recognize us. Might have recognized me a little bit, like I said, I did put on a lot of weight at Moorhead because, shoot, it was, like I said, it was the food they had, the food selection. It was the selection of food they had up at Moorhead because it was mostly fast food stuff, and if you wanted something healthy, they had, like I said, they had the Blue Plate Express and all that stuff, Chinese food, but see, that Chinese wasn't really good either. That wasn't really healthy food. I had one friend, now she passed away, but I remember when she tried to, I remember when she said she tried to lose weight one time. What she was getting, she wasn't getting the Taco Bell and stuff like she was getting. She was getting, I think she would get a plate of Chinese food or something like that every single day. And, she went up there for lunch during classes and, but actually, see, I couldn't do this. I don't know. I had trouble. Now, people that might have been eating healthier at Moorhead, actually, this was probably good for things, you know what I'm saying? Actually, they have a program. Actually, at Moorhead, they do have a program where, for the students, okay? If students work 20 hours a week, they get food stamps. They have to work regular job, 20 hours a week. And see, I couldn't do no 20 hours a week there, but I was working 15 hours. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand those. Why do you have to work 20 hours a week? And see, that don't have to be a regular job. You know, it could be a work study. You know, if you have a work study, they count those hours. Yeah, but I remember that they would give college students food stamps. So many people in Moorhead had food stamps. I mean, shit, I have friends of mine that had parents who had more money, way more money than my mom and dad did. And see, she was getting all this stuff. She was getting the food stamps and everything. But you know why? Because the parents didn't claim on her taxes. They made it look like she did everything herself. You know, some of these parents, they claim the kids on their taxes. You know, because they know when they claim, like when the kid is in college, the parent claims them on their taxes. You know, parents still claims them on the taxes because they, you know, paying some of the expenses and stuff like that. And see, that was the case with me a few times. You know, that was the case with me. You know, let's see. See, my parents didn't know that. See, my parents didn't know. You know, let's say mom and dad would have to pay more taxes. You know what I'm saying? If they didn't pay it, so this is what they would do. But some of these parents would cheat their way paying their education. You know, someone's parents may have a lot of money, but what they would do with their kid that was going to college is not claim them on their taxes. So their kid could apply for a lot of grants and stuff, and you know, basically financial aid. They get all these free financial aid programs and everything. And you know, plus if they have to get a loan, the loan ain't as much to pay back. You know, whereas like say if the parents went ahead and claimed them, they might not have paid much taxes, but that less kind of money. The money that they're getting deducted off their taxes for claiming their child, you know how much it's like $1,000 per child that you get back, right? Or adult, you know. I mean, $1,000. I mean, get $1,000. Let's see, having to pay not get that $1,000 deduction every year is cheaper than paying the amount of money that depending where you sending your kid. It's cheaper than paying nowadays than paying the amount of money that you have to pay to send a kid to college. And that's why, you know, see, my parents didn't know that. Parents did not figure that out at all. You know, like I said, I have friends at Moorhead. Their parents had more than my parents did. You know, they worked in like I said, they worked in the steel companies, coal mines. Their parents made enough, their daddies made enough money over in eastern Kentucky where mom didn't have to work. They didn't have to work. I mean, there was people down there that didn't even work a job. I don't think they worked a day in their life, you know. Now, they might have went home in the summer and babysat for somebody, but that was the only job they had to work. They didn't have to go out here and do what I did. So, yeah, they still found ways, you know. Mom and Dad still, you know, Mom and Dad had the kids claim themselves on their taxes. They didn't claim themselves, but they were getting all that stuff free to go to college. So Mom and Dad didn't have to pay as much to go to college, but Mom and Dad, of course, turn around, buy them a new car and all that shit. They had their ways. See, my parents, though, they don't really like to cheat. They don't really like to cheat the system like that. Like, you know, plus, the programs, you know, Mom and Dad, it was probably actually better for Mom and Dad to claim me on their taxes. Hey, what's up? During college, because the programs, you know, the little programs they was getting to pay for my school was probably better than the grants I would have got. Was better than the grants, and That's all I would have gotten if I had free education. I couldn't get no scholarship because I couldn't get no scholarships, nothing like that, because my grades in high school, oh boy, I barely made it out. Senior year was my only good year, you know. It was a 2.0, brought my GPA up to that. That's how good I did in senior year. But before that, my GPA was like a 1.7. Yeah, because I just didn't do my work. I didn't go to school like I was supposed to. You know, I got smart the summer after my junior year. So I was going to bullshit around the senior year. I was going to go ahead and get my diploma. But I tell you, I almost dropped out so many times in school. Yep, I almost did. You know, really though, when you drop out, I don't know. It is better to get a high school diploma, but I think it's only useful. I think a high school diploma is only useful if you're taking some kind of co-op, vocational, some kind of trade, you know, where you're learning how to work and stuff and getting work training, because that's what you're going to need once you get out, whether you go to college or you go to college, don't go or not, because you don't go to college, you're going to have some kind of work skill out here, get a job, and let's just say, and if you go away to college, you know, you're going to have to work through summertime and pay your way through college. So, you know, I think traditional high school, junior and senior year is just a waste of time, in my opinion. You know, you got kids and you're going to have students. If kids go to school and sit in classroom all damn day, all 4 years, they're not really learning anything, honestly. It just what it does, it burns them out. They get burned out on school. You know, they get so burned out on school that when they go to college, they can't do it and they flunk out. I mean, there's people I knew that did real good in high school. They had A's and B's, you know, but they were so burnt out on school. It's just like when they got out and went away to college, they was totally different when they went away to college. Shoot, they didn't want to go to class. They wanted to get out and party and stuff like that. They wanted to get out and party. You know, they just weren't into going to school. See, me on the other hand, when I went to college, I actually liked my classes. I liked going to class. I didn't want to skip class because, to be honest with you, college classes are way more interesting and they're more interesting than in high school. They are, and you know, if you have a course, take your general ed classes, but you get to take more of what you want in college, and you don't have to sit in the same class every single day. You got 2 days a week you go to class, and you know what I'm saying, it just, a college schedule worked out better. You know, I mean, like you actually get people, like say if they didn't have no vocational school or nothing like that, I would have just dropped out. I would have dropped out of school. I would have just dropped out, got my GED. Because, you know, if you drop out, let's say you drop out, you get your GED, but you go to college. I mean, what difference does it make if you don't have a high school diploma? You know, you got a college degree, so you went that far. I mean, actually, you probably did better than somebody that has a high school diploma. Yep, I don't believe in traditional school. High school should not be traditional. I just don't believe in it. Because high school was a waste for me. If I didn't go to that one place, I would have dropped out. You're going to drop out of school once I was 15. And I was cutting anyway, cutting school. I was in trouble. I got kicked out of that one Catholic school. I mean, that was it. It was either I found that place, it's either I went to that place, like I said, the youth ministry lady at this church told me about the Zoo Academy and stuff. I mean, if it hadn't been for that, like I said, I would just quit school. I would quit. But you know, it wouldn't have been over. I know I had a lot of problems then, but said I would have got a GED, took me a job somewhere. The same if I dropped out, I went to the job, got my GED, you know. But I would eventually went to college. I don't know. I wasn't even interested in that back then. I just, I don't know what would happen to me. I went to work though. Nobody ever had to tell me to go to work. Well, I couldn't keep jobs anyway.
They got so many regulations.
Because of conditions. So I kept parties and IRS for a while. The jobs I was at, but the jobs I did work at, mostly a lot of disabled people worked the jobs I did back in high school.
There's a whole lot of guys there.
The Hardee's I worked at, I tell you what, kind of hard to say it, but you know, it's like most of the people from my hood down Eastern Avenue, Fairfax, around those places, worked with me there. That was my first job. I don't know what was wrong. Some of the people, it's just hard to stereotype. It's not a stereotype or anything, but you know, you got some people that are just so messed up in the head. They're either messed up with drugs, drinking, alcohol. I don't know what's messed them up, but then you got some people with learning disabilities I worked with. I remember I worked with one dude. It took him 5 minutes just to make a hamburger. Mm-hmm. And then you had people come in work that was dirty, didn't take showers and stuff. I can just think about what it was like working that place. It was a trip. 25 years I worked there. It's been 25 years ago. But the Hardee's I worked at is no longer there. It's been tore down. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, Hardee's. That was my first damn job. I mean, it was actually my first job was at a golf course, okay? Golf course, I was busting tables and stuff. I was busting tables, but they didn't work me enough hours, so it wasn't long after. I went and got another job somewhere else. So I had 2 jobs for a while in high school. And then, you know, I eventually quit the job at the golf course because Hardee's started working the hell out of me. Yeah. They worked me 40 hours a week to 36 hours. Sometimes they keep me more than that. I'll tell you, but my manager there, he was a trip. He was something else.
Did I say it wrong? I didn't know that.
Well, I really don't have no reason to be on here for a minute. Let me finish eating my food and I'll be back.